this video, we are going to study about map in C++. I'm going to quickly show you how you can use map for the purpose of storing data and retrieving them in the form of mapping. So you can see a map is basically it comes from the word mapping. So a map contains a pair which includes the keys and values, and each value is uniquely mapped to a key. So that is the basic function of a map. So let's see how we can implement a map. So we are going to see how C++ has created a library in standard template library. So first, you can see these are the header files that we are going to use. The first one is the map header file. The second one is the iterator, and we will see the use of iterator as well. So let's quickly see this program which I've created. So you can see in the first step we have defined a map. This is how you define a map, and you can see this has two arguments in it. The first argument defines the data type of the key, and the second defines the data type of the values. And here I have created a map with a name score. So now let's try to insert some elements in random order in this map. So for that we are going to use the inbuilt function insert. So scores.insert, and inside this function we are going to use a pair function which is used to give the pair as an argument to the insert function. So very simply we are going to use two data types. You can see here there are two arguments, and these are also of the key and the value. Alright, so now after doing this we are going to provide the key and the value using the insert function, and it will get stored in the scores map. Alright, so after inserting 4 records, now it's the time we display the contents of the map. For displaying the map contents, we use something which is known as Iterator, and we have used Iterator in vectors in C++ STL, which is the standard template library. And here also the Iterator has the same function, which is to iterate the records inside the map or a vector. So we make use of the iterator header file, which you can see here. We make use of this to implement the iteration. Alright, so we will display the map scores and the key elements. So for storing the map contents, we have created a for loop here. You can see that. And in this for loop, the first we have used the scores.begin function, which will give us the pointer to the first record, and we have stored that reference in the iterator, as you can see here. Then we are going to use the scores.end function, which returns a pointer or a reference to the last record of the scores, and we are going to iterate until and unless we have reached the end of the scores map, and after each iteration we are going to increment the iterator by 1. Alright, so now we are going to use the itr, which is the iterator. We are going to display the first record, or you can say the first column, which is of the keys, and the iterator second is used to give us the second column, which is the values. So first we are going to display the keys, and then we are going to display the values. So this is how we can display the map contents. So now we have seen how we can create a map, and map is basically, it is a very useful library in C++, because you can use this to quickly access a particular record on the basis of using indexing, which can actually reduce time complexities in a lot of scenarios. So after this tutorial you can also head on towards the competitive programming tutorial of problem 2, which is the two-sum problem, and you can access that in our competitive programming playlist. So we have used this whole library, and mostly the standard template library functions are used in competitive programming because they are quickly to implement. Alright, so the first question, a very important question that an interviewer can ask you is that what is the internal implementation of a map? So the internal implementation of a map is done using a self-balancing red-black tree. So remember that whenever you are using any standard template library, it's essential to know what is the inside implementation of that particular data structure, because in a lot of interviews, if you're using the standard template library, they will ask you this question, that what is the internal implementation. So similarly, if you want to implement self-balancing red-black tree, it's a good idea to implement using a map. Alright, so let's move on to the next step, which is of deletion. So we want to delete the map elements. In order to delete the map elements, we are going to use the erase function. So scores.erase, let's suppose we want to erase the second record. We are going to just specify the element. We will just specify the record number or the key number, and we are good to go. Alright, so now after deletion, let's see, we are again going to use our iterator to display the whole map. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run this program, and you will be able to see the output of this program. Before running, I just want to say that if you want to see this program and the description of this whole program, you can download our Android application, so that you will be able to see the video and the whole content inside a same place, a same platform. Alright, so let's run this program on the terminal. So let me just first compile it first. Alright, so you can see here the output of this is, you can see these are the keys and the elements or the values. You can see these are the pairs that we have given to the program, and you can see after deletion we have specified the key number 2, so it has deleted the key. So this is how we can implement map in C++. So thanks for watching.